Well, welcome back to UFOs Above Us. All right, today I'm just going to share a video that I shot kind of spur of the moment. And what we're going to look at here is what a lot of people like to call the chemtrail jets. And I don't know where viewers live, but in North Texas, we see those on most sunny days. You're going to see these. They're high. They look like high altitude jets, and they leave a contrail. Some people call it a chemtrail. That's very persistent. So whereas your normal commercial jet airliner, as it flies over, you might see a contrail, but it would dissipate in just a few seconds. These things leave contrails that sometimes last for hours afterwards and actually a lot of times develop into clouds. So the reason I shot this video is I noticed that even with the naked eye, the airplane itself had a weird glow to it. And I carry a zoom digital camera with me whenever I travel. So if I see something unusual, I can just stop what I'm doing and shoot a quick video. So the plus side is it lets me catch a lot more things than I would otherwise. Now the downside is when you're shooting a high zoom video without a tripod, it's going to be shaky. So I'll warn you in advance as I start this up. This video is not going to be perfectly in frame. There's no tripod. I'm holding it with my bare hands and trying to do the best I can. But I think the point still gets across. Look at the airplane itself. That's odd. I mean, I don't care who you are, and I don't care which side of the conspiracy fence you're on. That airplane looks unusual. And as we watch this, it's going to get even more unusual as we move along. So let's just watch this video, and I think you'll see what I mean. And I'll stop it here occasionally as there's things that are interesting to me, and we'll take a look at them closer. But even with the shaky video, I think you can see there, it almost looks like fire glowing on the airplane. And I realize that it could be a sun reflection, but my experience, and I take pictures and videos at air shows, so I look at airplanes all the time as part of my hobby. Airplanes don't normally look like that, so this is pretty unusual. And I know some of this could be attributed to my, excuse me, to my zoom camera going out of focus, because I just left it in auto mode for this. I want to be prepared to shoot something quick, so I just leave it in auto mode, and it doesn't focus perfectly. But as you're going to see this video, there's parts in this video where something weird is going on with the airplane. And I don't know what it is, and I'm not trying to call this a UFO, but it certainly doesn't look like a traditional jet airplane to me. So as it comes back into view, let's watch this, and I'm going to kind of be ready to pause it as we see things that are interesting, because we've got some coming up here. Okay, so this area right in here, the one thing that I notice is what's going on right here? What is that? We shouldn't see, I don't know what this is. Now, this is a twin-engined jet. You should have a engine under each wing. But what is that? And what is that? And then what is all this glow around the tail with this weird section right here? What is that? So, I mean, you can make out the wings, and you can make out the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer. But what is all this? So I'm going to keep running it, and let's just kind of observe the plane carefully as we go. All right, so you're seeing more of that strange, I don't know, it looks like a hump on the back of the airplane there. So what is that? Now you have this single hump right here. What is that? Well, what is this right here? Why does that look so odd right there? And I don't have answers to this, but I certainly question what's going on. It doesn't look like a traditional airplane. In fact, right there, you could see what is that glowing right there? So I did some research on this online to see what other people are thinking about these jets that do the contrails or the chemtrails, whatever you want to say. And a lot of them talk about these things being cloaked UFOs and not truly planes at all. And I don't know about that, but I will certainly give them one thing. this is not some fabricated fake. This is raw footage that I took with my very own camera, and that looks unusual. So I tend to not lean towards the conspiracies myself because I'm a scientist and I have to prove things. Well, unfortunately, this proves to me something's going on, and I want you to catch this scene that we just saw, and I'm going to try to freeze frame it. And as we're looking at individual frames here, that's weird. That's unusual. That doesn't look traditional jet-like to me at all. As it comes back down, you're going to see one frame that caught my eye as I was looking. So I said, I think it's going to be this very next frame. Right there. Now, what is that? What is this object here? That doesn't belong on a jet. What is this object here? It's not a mirror image. If you look at these two white things, whatever they are, they're different shapes. And then what is this right here? And I think that's one of the frames of this airplane footage that just jumps out at me and says something's not right here. And if you look in this, you can make out the faint outline of the airplane. There's the fuselage, there's a wing, there's your horizontal stabilizer, fuselage, wing. So we can see the airplane. This doesn't belong there. This thing that kicked out certainly doesn't belong there, and this doesn't belong there. So, and they're not red like a sun reflection, they're something totally different. So this individual frame is what I think is most interesting. Now, I don't know what it is. I'm open to any suggestions y'all have on what this might be, but for those that lean towards the conspiracy, this is one more thing you could basically refer to and say, you know what, that's just one more evidence from a guy who shot raw footage, and it does not look like an airplane at all times. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Now I'll go ahead and let it finish. We won't run too much longer. That was the main thing I wanted to see, but I'll let you watch it a few more seconds there. Okay, so it went off screen. Well, this will be a good stopping point as any. Okay, so let's wrap up by looking at this screen capture I took. And I think we can all agree that this is a very unusual looking picture. I sharpened it and boosted the contrast so we can see a little more clearly. In the background you see an airplane, but these three objects, I don't know what they are, but they certainly help fuel my interest in finding out what's in the skies above us. I hope it does yours as well, so I'll wrap up for UFOs Above Us. Keep watching those skies.